minutes, and you spend the first 2 minutes listening to some really cool music in an amazingly acoustic room. It's brilliant, I love it. My name's Culley, I'm from the London Design Engineering UTC, and today I'm speaking on behalf of Geoffrey Fowler, who is our principal, who sadly couldn't be here today. He really did want to come and speak to you and talk about all the great things that we've been doing since we opened in September, and to talk about how we collaborate with our funders and industry to provide, hopefully, a seamless experience for our students. I will try to replicate some of his passion for the school. I certainly share it, but he is quite good at delivering it. He did say that he wanted to Skype in and talk to you, and I made him promise not to do that because, it just probably wouldn't work. So as I said, my name's Culley. I'm the Director of Digital Operations at London Design Engineering UTC. Quite a mouthful, really. I did realise, though, when I put my slides together, when I tried to make the title into an acronym, that Director of Digital Operations actually sounds like Dodo. So I kind of decided not to do that. It's quite unfortunate, actually, because my role is all about trying to keep our UTC right in the forefront of technology and software and design. So the Dodo's not really representative of that. But myself, I have been in the digital practitioner role for quite a while. I've worked on lots of projects with different technologies, including virtual reality. And at heart, I guess I'm a 3D designer. I like to make 3D models, I like to create things, and I'm inspired by all things that go back to my childhood, so the 80s. That's great on the screen, love that. This was my youth. I was impressed by all of those things, and that was my connectivity. We didn't have the internet and all those things back then, but that's certainly the things that kept me busy. But what about young people of today? This morning we've heard all about the amazing collaboration that you guys are doing. It's mind-blowing stuff, it's really good. But let's think about the young people, where they come into this bigger picture. These are the guys that are going to hopefully progress through their education successfully and become your future employees. And the education system in our whole needs to ensure that they're ready for that and they have the right skills. This is their playground. These guys, they walk around with mobile phones, tablets, Bluetooth speakers, Bluetooth watches, all sorts of myriad of things. They emit their own Wi-Fi cloud, young people. They're just so connected, and it's brilliant. They've grown up with it. Remember, we are adapting to that. So what can we do to harness that amazing concept that the young people are used to? So what we try to do at the UTC is make sure that what we're doing is relevant, and that can only be done through collaboration with industry. So we want to both benefit the student and the employer, and to do that, I would certainly say that the most important thing for a student or any young person is to be intrinsically motivated. And what do I mean by that? It means that they have to want to do it. Some of the projects I've worked on, I built myself an R2-D2 from Star Wars. As you can tell, I'm kind of into robots. I built it in my own time, but I had a passion to do it because I'm a geek, actually, and I just like everything from the 80s and 90s. But I wouldn't have done that and learned the skills to do it if it wasn't for the passion of wanting to do it. So we need to instill that into the young people. Pepper here today may or may not actually be very helpful on stage because she represents a concept, and the concept is, what can a young person make Pepper do? These are actually employed in, I think, Costa Coffee and a few other coffee shops in some other countries. The pad on the front here, you can use this to take orders, and the robot can go away and bring things back. And that customer service element that we were talking about earlier, we really are on the cusp of the AI taking the forefront in that role. So our students, the young people, are going to be the guys that are actually programming and working with the robots. As I said, it represents an idea. But as you can see, Pepper, I'm here. Not necessarily quite so quick on the take-up. Have you got a message? I'm here now. Have you got a message for the audience today, Pepper? Say hello.
Hello, my name is Pepper. I am from the London Design Engineering UTC.
We're not quite there yet. But you can see, she'll respond to my voice.
This is a really big class, James.
It's a really big class, isn't it? You're not used to these class sizes, that's right. So, AI can be used, it can listen to its surroundings, and we can use it in education. It represents a clean slate. This won't do anything unless a student decides, comes up with an idea. is creative in some way. So how can we make sure that their creative ideas are relevant to the industry? What can we do about that? So this is where the collaboration comes in, I think. When we built the school, we had industry come in and actually spec our engineering labs and our VR labs. I got to spec my VR lab, which was great. It was really nice just being able to go and buy all of the tech I've always wanted to buy and just fit a room full of it. So it's really quite fantastic. And I teach a cohort of computing students that are creating their own content. So rather than using virtual reality technologies to view content, they are creating their own content, which is quite unheard of, I would say, at 14 to 16 age group. So the industry collaboration is key. We need to ensure that the students have that seamless experience, so that the technology that they're using in school, well, I'm not just talking about our UTC, but I think it should be across the board. The technology should be relevant to the industry in which they're going to move into. So that's one thing we've made sure of in our learning space. Their experience has to be realistic. They should be using relevant software. So our guys are all using industry standard Autodesk, which part of that supports the business information modeling process. And they're already learning the sort of the basics of how you can create a model and upload it, and within 5 minutes, anybody around the world can view the inside of a building that you've created. You can take away layers and see behind the walls, and have that sort of real interactive experience that you would want and always wanted when you were younger. So what's the result of that? Well, the students will go through their experience with us and have been using the machines, the very machines that are in the workplace. They might be using the software that they're using in the workplace, and certainly technologies such as virtual reality and augmented reality are going to be becoming more and more popular in the workplace. So the students need to leave school having the skills to do that and the qualification. But that's why they'll be cost-effective employees, because they'll be qualified, yes, but they will be able to use the technology already, because the industry support, industry links are already there right from the start. I did ask him not to do this, didn't I?
Hi, sorry, can you hear me? I'm on FaceTime. Oh, this phone is ridiculous. Why am I on FaceTime? Jim, I wanted a quick call with you just to talk about your presentation this morning. I want you to talk about the EPQs, the extended project qualifications. It's really important that we get across to these employers that it's a great thing, that they can offer design briefs for our students to work on, gaining A-level qualifications, but also projects that the companies want to hear.
Don't tell him, he'll be fine about it. So yeah, extended project qualifications, let's talk about those. So these are fantastic. These are worth half an A-level, and they allow industry to come on board with us, and industry partners, to set design briefs, real design briefs for students, which is brilliant, certainly from a teacher's point of view, because you've had to make them yourself before. We're not the specialists in your area, we're teachers, so you want employers to create those design briefs. The extended project qualification is in addition to their normal education, and it allows them to have the creativity to explore and experiment with new collaborative technologies with an industry support. As I said again, that real world experience, people creativity, they come up with their own ideas, so I'm going to show you some of those quickly today, and these lead to a real qualification. I can't remember being at school and being able to do a piece of work that I wanted to do and it'd still be worth the qualifications. That's really good that we can do that. Are you listening?
Yes.
Good. So, trying to keep it relevant to water, which is really nice stuff, by the way. We did a project which was inspired by WaterAid. And one of the first things I wanted to do when we opened in September with my first cohort of students was to, right from the start, give them the virtual reality headsets. We've got 25 PCs, and there's a virtual reality headset per station, which is, again, I think, probably almost unheard of at the minute in school. These are expensive pieces of equipment. You can see some of my students there. Okay, they were posing, but that's what it looks like when they wear them. The brief was to create a virtual reality environment, completely immersive, and then show it at the Vet Show with Fujitsu and Joskos, who are both supporters and funders and collaborators in our school. These guys couldn't even 3D model in September, and by December time, they'd learned the basics and were already looking to author content in virtual reality. You can see a couple of my students there. That's Dragomir on the left and Tadas. These guys are actually presenting to groups of people and demonstrating their project. And as you can see here, this is the result of it. This is just a video fly through. Try and imagine this, if you will, wearing a virtual reality headset, actually walking your way through this village. So the water aid link it's an Ethiopian village, and they've just received their installation of a water aid tap stand in the centre of their village. So they've tried to capture the feeling of Ethiopia, and of course that offered cross-curricular opportunities, geography, researching the different areas, and of course design, 3D design, and texturing, all sorts of things going on there to create this experience. And we're talking 16-year-old students. That's fantastic work. It's as good as games that were released, video games that were released maybe 5 years ago. I think you'll agree that's really good work.
Oh, I like this one.
Good. I'm really pleased you like it. This is another one. So again, I'm trying to keep the water links here. This was a brilliant EPQ project which involved the Rothschild family, and some of our students came up with the idea to make it a fully interactive bridge. The Illuminated River project along the Thames was a great opportunity for them to come up with an idea that nobody else had come up with actually. And their plan was to create a bridge, or a concept of a bridge model that would have lights all the way down the side or situated along there somewhere that you could interact with with social media. So you can actually tweet LDE or Waterloo and then the colour red, for example, and the lights along the bridge will change to red. You can walk a few more steps more and tweet LDE or Waterloo blue, and the lights change to blue, because the system monitors the Twitter sphere and picks up those keywords and activates the changes in the software. So that brings together a few different technologies. First, they built their own 3D printers in engineering, actually built their own 3D printers for kits. Once the 3D printers were built, these design students, 3D design students, actually worked on the 3D model for the bridge. Then it was sent to the printer, and then our mechatronics guys and our product design guys got together to put the system behind this, and we worked with a company called Sam Labs. And Sam Labs are fantastic. They create these little devices that link to each other with Bluetooth, and they're kind of like old school wiring kits with little motors and little sounds and things. But again, I'm going on, it gives the kids an opportunity to sort of bring all these technologies together. And you can see they're tweeting away, and the lights change. Now, that's just a concept, but it got so much coverage. And I think we went to Birmingham to an event, and we spoke to a contact there who now wants to replicate this in full size on the front of his building, which I believe is along the Thames. So, what a brilliant opportunity that is for the students there. And those kind of things wouldn't have happened if we weren't working with employers and listening to what it is you guys want, and making sure that the learning reflects that.
Geoffrey is calling again.
Sorry, James, I got cut off. It's a really bad line. I'm just about to get on the aeroplane, but the other part I wanted you to talk about was the apprenticeships. We need to explain that we're now a fully approved apprenticeship provider, starting from this September.
Thanks for that, yes.
Does he realize you're on stage?
I don't think so. Hopefully, if he calls in again, we'll tell him, right? Right? So yes, let's talk about the apprenticeship programme, Again, I'm not going to go into this in any great detail. I'm sure you're all aware of the apprenticeship programme, how it works. But again, I just wanted to mention a few sort of links there to industry. It says industry led on my first bullet point. I do quite like that term, because it's everything that we represent as a school. And we're currently working with Skanska and offering an apprenticeship programme. And we've skewed the curriculum slightly to sort of, or the framework slightly to fit that, which will give the opportunity to the students to still achieve their qualification, but to tailor-make that qualification for the industry. And that, if anything, I want you guys to take away today about young people and education is it has to be relevant. It should be led by industry. It shouldn't be a teacher's idea, although teachers' ideas are, I'm a teacher, are obviously very relevant and brilliant and creative, and all about the child and the student. You have to have that specialist input. I think without that collaborative working with industry, you perhaps miss out on a lot of that. What we're trying to produce at the end of it, as I say, there is skilled, cost-effective employees. The students have to be able to do it. I know that's an age-old sort of discussion between technical qualifications and academia and all those kind of ideas. Both are obviously welcomed, but ultimately, you know, if you're employing staff, you want them to be able to do what it is you want them to do. You want them to be working on the equipment that you guys might be using, or an industry might be using. And I think that's the key, because without that link, I think we might struggle. The discussions earlier about customer service, about where that's going in the future, really relevant. Like I said earlier, who knows where we're going to be with Pepper and her friends. She is able to see, she's able to hear, she's able to make her mind up based on certain rules, and can already carry out simple actions. And that's just now, we really only just started this. Our students have already programmed Pepper to do things such as a song and a dance. Actually, we're in a music school. Pepper, do you want to play some music? You in the mood to have a bit of a go at some music?
Yes.
Go on then, quickly, we're running out of time. Go for it, look that way.
I have prepared something.
Don't blink because you'll miss it.
1 second.
That would be good.
I need to think.
Yeah, come on guys. Yeah, so it's short, okay. And there's only so much we can do. But you can see that she can replicate movement and be quite interactive, quite personable, which I think is what people, at the end of the day, it's really no more advanced than things like Siri. It's just that because she looks so cute, you feel like you're engaged. I'm going to tell her this time.
Hi James, I'm really sorry. The signal is not very good. Can you hear me?
I can, and so can everybody else, Geoffrey. We're live right now. Live? Yes? Yes, everyone can hear you.
Hi everybody. Look, I'm really sorry that I couldn't make the presentation today. You're in good hands with James, and really this is a bit of a farce. What we're trying to show you here today is that the technology that we have at LDE UTC is at the forefront for building information modelling, for virtual reality, for mechatronics and robotic systems. We welcome your support. Thank you.
Okay, so obviously I'm sure you went forward right from the start at all. I mean, it's a Jurassic Park ringtone on Skype, right? Geoffrey's really passionate, and he did want to come and talk to you, and hopefully with his little interjections there, he's got some of his point across. Really the message I want you to take, guys, today is that we've got to get it right with the young people of today. Wherever we have that engagement with them, it has to be relevant, and without collaboration it doesn't happen. So hopefully you find it interesting. I'm sorry Pepper didn't do too much more.
James, I'm really sorry to interrupt.
Okay. What's up?
Who are these people?
These are amazing, talented, intellectual people that are the future. Bad timing.
Thank you for that.
Okay, anyway guys, that's our little presentation done with. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. Pepper will be around to chat to, and she might even guess your age later, but
I will.
I won't be around when she does that because she gets it wrong sometimes. But thank you very much. No, you're not always. Don't argue, you've got to go. Okay, thank you.